Tonight, let's continue the discussion with Zack Greinke. He's, of course, on the bump, as we were just talking about, facing his former team and Clayton Kershaw. Last season with the Diamondbacks, Greinke went 13-7 with a 4.37 ERA. The D-backs gave him a $206.5 million deal last offseason. Do you think Greinke is still an ace?
I think he can be. Let me say this. I think it's hard to be a full-blown, bona fide ace in Arizona. I think it's a hard place to pitch. We've heard our own Danny Graves talk about the fact that it is the hardest place he believes in the major leagues to be a pitcher. So to expect 2015 Dodgers numbers that saw Greinke finish second in the Cy Young voting, we're just not going to see that in Arizona. So if that's what you consider an ace, then no. But I think he can be the guy that anchors this rotation for this team. I believe that. I think that he learned from last year. It was his first go-around pitching in Arizona with that tough hitter's park. The funny part is we look at last year for Greinke as such a nightmare, horrible year. Guys, 13-7 with a 4.2. It's not horrendous when you go back and look at it, even though we think of it as such a bad year. I expect a big bounce-back year from him, and I think, in my mind, he is still an ace. He still has ace stuff. He's got the mentality that you want from an ace. He's a competitor, a bulldog. He's pissed when he gives up hits, and he's somebody that I think is that fiery kind of guy that funnels that fire into good pitching when he's going well. So far this year, he's going well, and I see a different Greinke than I saw last year, and I would say he is still an ace and still can be an ace. You just can't expect those numbers from a couple years ago where he was pitching in a pitcher's park and had otherworldly statistics. Beyond that, I think you can expect maybe high twos, low threes from an ERA standpoint and a winning record where he can get between 15 and 20 wins. That's a safe estimation and expectation of what he's capable of at the top end of that Diamondbacks rotation.
With numbers that you were just throwing out there, do you think he's still deserving of that contract that he was given?
No, probably not.
He's already signed it.
That's the good part about guaranteed money in baseball, right, LB? Right. I mean, that's why B-Mac and all these other guys that have played football said, why didn't I learn to play baseball better? I think for me, Greinke's contract was a classic case of getting paid for what he had done and what he did that previous year, not necessarily what... And the Diamondbacks, Tony La Russa, and kind of pulling the strings there for the Diamondbacks, they felt like he could bring that to the table, but it's just a tough park to pitch in.